If talking to ChatGPT is the only way that you use AI to work on your English, you're missing out on a lot. It's not 2023 anymore. We're in the era of AI agents. Okay, we're in the era of AI agents. Which one should I use? How come some suck? How come some do some things and not others? How come when I use most AI agents, I feel like I'm babysitting a toddler running around with crayons drawing on the walls? It's often a lot more hassle to use the agent rather than not. Okay. Those are all fair. What I want is an AI agent that can do stuff that's useful for me, an AI agent that understands me and my context, that can do meaningful work, that actually saves me time, that actually makes me more productive, that can work in the background while I'm eating a sandwich or whatever. I want an AI agent that doesn't feel like a toy or a gimmick. I want to be able to upload my own materials, and I want it to understand that context and why I would maybe have it, what I'm trying to do with it, right? There's a kind of intuition there, a level of understanding that my agent should have of me and my context. For example, I've got some PDFs, and I want to create a podcast that I can listen to really digest the content of those PDFs, or maybe a YouTube video, whatever. Now, if at this point you're thinking, hey, Notebook LM, it does that, right? Let's be clear. Notebook LM is just a tool. You can upload your stuff, your PDFs, and create a podcast, but be honest. Those podcasts are very generic. They're not that useful. They're definitely a gimmick. It's the same two people talking about whatever in the same way. It's not customizable. It's not tailored to you, right? I'll just say it. They suck, right? They suck. I want a really good podcast based on exactly where I am on my English learning journey, right? And exactly what I need for where I'm trying to go next. Okay, why are you sitting in front of this background? That's what this is. This is Skywork, an AI agent that actually works, that is actually good, that actually makes you more productive, that actually saves time, that actually does professional grade work. Now, I want to be clear. I'm doing this video in partnership with Skywork, but they have agreed that I can check out Skywork just as I would any other tool. And I wouldn't be working with them unless I thought Skywork was good and worth checking out. I think it is a very serious tool, not a toy, not a gimmick. And I think the only way to really get a feel for it is to check it out, play around with it. Let's start with podcasts. All right. In order to get serious, I must put on my big boy headphones. I want to do something really challenging. Now, this is something that Notebook LM could not do in a million years. We're going to start with just instructions, okay? And then we're going to upload some resources and repurpose and do a bit more deep work. But let's do the podcast first, because I think this feature is extremely useful for English learning. To be able to customize a podcast as needed, very useful. What I want is a discussion between two people, one with an American accent, one with a British accent. That's tricky, right? Okay. One American, one British. They discuss differences between American and British English, particularly focusing on word differences. This is a big thing. Some words Americans use, British people don't use, and it's an interesting difference and very important to learn. Okay, the person with the British accent explains the British word and vice versa, and like apartment and flat, for example. There are some points where it becomes somewhat confrontational, okay, but in a funny way. So I want them to be a little bit argumentative and fight with each other a bit. They both make fun of each other, do at least 10 word pairs, all right? Now, the interesting thing that happens here, it's not just spitting out content. I want to be very clear. What's the difference between a tool and an agent? A tool just takes the thing and turns it into the other thing. The difference between a tool and an agent in general is that an agent thinks through what it's doing as it does it. And it has steps along the way where it asks itself, am I doing this right? Am I doing this according to the original request? Is this actually what is needed by the person asking this, right? So it's a deeper level, and that I think is very, very important. And it'll check in with you sometimes where it feels like it has a question about something, clarification is needed. But if you don't check in, it'll just go then. It has an auto execution, okay? You didn't mention anything. Maybe you're making some eggs. I'm going to go ahead. So there's like a thought process happening there, right? It's almost like a person doing a task for you rather than you having to constantly be there watching it, right? This is something that I'm always dealing with when I'm fighting with some agents. I won't say any names. I'm fighting with some agents. I feel like I have to sit there and watch it like this all the time. And if I don't do that, then it's going to go doing, doing off the rails, and that can be very frustrating. So we're actually watching a real thought process happening here. Yeah, this says, if you skip or ignore this step, we'll proceed with the task accordingly. The name of the podcast and how long. I could have specified that, but I see it's going through the steps. It's planning these differences. Cookie, biscuit, apartment, flat, elevator, lift, trash, rubbish, truck, lorry, sidewalk, pavement. So here there's like hey, here I need to stop and I need to go do some research. I need to find the content and then I need to build it. I'm not just going to spit out some mush. I'm going to actually, and these are good examples: sneakers, trainers, gas, petrol, chips, crisps, French fries, chips, mailbox, post box. Okay. I'm curious to see if all of these get included, or this is just a kind of a preliminary list. To-do list. Okay, here's the to-do list. Research, American, British, English, develop characters and dialogue structure, write the podcast script with humorous confrontations, generate podcast audio, and export final podcast. This is the checklist. It seems like a good checklist to me. Absolutely. So here's the podcast script. I think the actual script itself, the TXT file of the script, and now it's being turned into audio. This is crazy. Okay, here we go. Your podcast, American versus British English, has been successfully created. The 5-minute audio features a humorous discussion between speakers with American and British accents. Here's the conversation. You get the full transcript with both speakers. Again, we want to hear a British English speaker and an American speaker. Here we go.
Hey there, listeners. Welcome to Lost in Translation, American versus British English. I'm Jack from Chicago.
Now, again, what don't we want? The generic, hey, everybody. We want some variation. We want to be able to choose, right? So that sounds pretty good.
And today I'm joined by my friend from across the pond.
He sounds very well spoken. My friend from across the pond, good idiom there.
To talk about those funny little differences between American and British English.
Hello, everyone. Oliver here from London.
That sounds like Francis. That sounds exactly like Francis, friend of the channel, Francis from Last Minute English. That sounds like Francis. Although he's from Manchester, but I think he hides his Manchester accent.
Delighted to be discussing these fascinating linguistic variations with Jack today, though I must say they're not little differences. They're quite significant, actually.
Ah, boy, here we go already. Always gotta correct me, don't you? That's so British of you, Oliver.
I'm merely being precise, Jack, something you Americans could learn a thing or two about. Shall we get started?
Whoa, the sarcasm here. That's pretty brutal. Take it easy.
Started with our list?
Sure thing. Let's kick things off with a sweet treat. In America, we call these delicious baked goodies cookies. What do you Brits call them?
We call them biscuits. And they're not all necessarily sweet treats, as you Americans seem to think. A proper biscuit can be savory, too.
Wait, but a biscuit to us is that fluffy bread thing you eat with gravy or make into sandwiches. How can you possibly call a chocolate chip cookie a biscuit?
Right.
Good heaven.
That's right. I agree with that. How can you British people are so weird with your Your biscuits. That's not what a biscuit is. A biscuit isn't sweet. A cookie is sweet and a biscuit, well, it's what he says.
Gravy on a biscuit? That sounds absolutely revolting. Your biscuit sounds more like what we'd call a scone, though I suspect
all right,
much...
shut
I'm
up,
guessing
Oliver.
when you exercise, you don't wear sneakers.
Oh, they're talking about
Certainly
something else.
not. We wear trainers for athletic
Trainers, give me a break.
activities. They're for training, you see. Sneakers sounds like you're trying to sneak around like some sort of criminal.
Hey, they're called sneakers because they have rubber soles that don't make noise. Speaking of getting around, when my car runs low on fuel, I fill it up with gas.
That's scientifically incorrect. You fill it with petrol, which is a liquid, not a gas. Really, Jag.
That's pretty good. I like the snarkiness between them. I like the humor.
Basic physics.
It's short for gasoline, Einstein. We know it's not literally gas. And I bet you have some weird name for potato chips too, right?
We call them crisps.
All right, shut it, Oliver. You're wrong about everything. That's really good. I mean, that's actually entertaining. Now, the other thing is here, the cool thing is, then I say, I do like it, but I could say, I don't like it. It isn't what I was looking for. I can customize. Generally, you want to just communicate clearly what you want and get what you expect. But if I want to say, make them both female, maybe the British accent's a little too formal. Make it more a slightly more casual British accent. Have them maybe a little bit less rude to each other, although I do like the rudeness. It's very, very customizable, but it's, again, not customizable in the sense of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's, here's what I want, close computer, go make sandwich, eat sandwich, come back, open computer, and there it is, right? That's where we're going with AI agents, and this is going in the direction of, I just get checked in with once or twice a day, and 24/7 my agents are churning away. All right, let's keep working here. Now, a few years ago, I created a video about checking in at the airport. I think it's a useful video, but someone might not want to watch, my dumb face for the length of the video. They might want to extract the useful information from the video. So let's look at intelligently repurposing resources that I have, materials that I have, into something maybe more useful or easier to process. So let's start with document. I'm going to be using the same link here, and I could do fast mode or deep mode, and I think I'll try first fast mode. And you know what? Let's do, let's see, more powerful models, more detailed content. For this, what I'm asking for, I don't need too much detail, but I'm going to basically say, give me the phrases relevant to checking in at the airport from the video I provide. Then give me 3 dialogues that use variations of those phrases. And we've got time, so I'll do deep mode just to see what we get here. And then here is the link to the video. Okay, I've got some options here, checking in. Let's go with that title. I'm fine with that. Do I want it detailed or concise? Let's go concise. I want to keep it fairly concise. Aspects of phrases would you like to emphasize? I like that I'm being asked these things. And I like also that if I don't answer these things, it doesn't get... This is the coolest thing about Skywork. One of the coolest things about Skywork. It doesn't get stuck if you don't jump in and do the thing. It'll just say, okay, you didn't answer. I'm going to go ahead and make a decision. But it gives you the option. So that's cool, right? That's very cool. I'm going to leave these. I'll just leave these blank. Whatever you want to do. Other requirements, I could have input here, and I'll just continue. Okay, to-do list, analysis stage, analyze, extract, obtain video, keyframe screenshots. Oh, screenshots. Okay, that's cool. And because I didn't do anything, it auto-executed. I love that feature. I love that. The option, but not the requirement. I can't tell you how many times I'm using All right, I'll just say it. I'm using the ChatGPT agent mode, and I come back an hour later because I was doing something, and it got stuck a minute after I left. And I didn't get a notification. I didn't see anything. It didn't check in with me. It's so frustrating from a usability standpoint. And so maybe it's time to say bye-bye. Because I love that feature. The ability to check in, the ability to give feedback, but not the requirement. That's what a smart person would do, right? One other cool thing is that you have fewer hallucinations because you can bring in your own sources, right? You can upload PDFs, you can use your own sources, and do research, do deep research. And then combining those two things together ensures accuracy, right? That the information that you're looking at is not just made up, right? Not hallucinated, but is based on something real. But again, that it's not just this gigantic wall of words. It's actually in a format that you need, right? It's bringing all of those things together, doing it in that adaptable way. So it looks like we have our finished product, deep mode completed. Okay, now here's the text itself. Initial greeting and inquiry. How can I help you? How may I help you? I have both of those in there. I have a flight to, destination at time. Passport, please. Sure, here you are. This is all in the video. This is directly from the video. Then we have sample check-in dialogues. Hello, passport, please. Here you go. The 9:15 flight to Miami, right? Yes, that's right. Okay. Please put your bag on the scale. Okay. Do you have a seating preference, aisle or window? I'd like a window seat, please. Something near the front, if possible. I believe that is exactly in the video. But these are variations. I asked for 3, and there they are. All 3 of them. I can save it. I can export it. I could make a blog post about it. This is great because I've got my original source, the content extracted from the original source, the video itself, then variations in different dialogues, exactly what I asked for. And they look, honestly, absolutely usable and natural. That's the most important thing. You want it to be real and natural. Wonderful, thank you. I'd also prefer an aisle seat if one is available. One thing I tested out recently was Brisk. And the concept is cool. You know, you can use it in a browser, but the output, the actual content generated, was mostly trash. And I think the reason for that is that there isn't an agent involved in the process who's validating, checking, making sure that it's actually on track and that the output is actually good. This is great. Now what I want to do is take the same content and see if I can create a podcast using the content. So I'm going to click on UVibe, add a YouTube link, and requirements to help generate documents, slides, podcasts, mind maps, and other files. I like how playful it is, but playful balanced with output that's actually professional grade, that I can actually use immediately. So let's do the same YouTube video, the airport one, and let me say I want a conversation about checking in at the airport between 2 well-spoken women, each with a different style of speaking. Okay? They should mention specific phrases referenced in the video, but also expand on them. Okay. All right. So here's a cool thing. If I do @ I can @ and grab any file that I've uploaded. Here's the YouTube video. Here's a PDF, Learn English with AI, which we're going to check out next. We're going to do that next. By the way, you can definitely use this and try this for free. I'm currently using the free version just to show you what's possible using the free version. But As you use it more, start to rely on it more, you may want to sign up for a paid plan to get more usage and more features. You can do that using the link in the description. You can get 10% off the monthly plans and 34% off the yearly plans. 34% off the yearly plans. I think that's a pretty good deal. So check that out in the link in the description at the top of the description. Okay, I just hit the limit on the free plan. So everything we've done, just to be fully transparent, everything we've done up to this point has been free. And then I hit a limit and I signed up for the premium plan. And I want to be clear, I didn't use my own link because I don't have it yet. So I paid full price for the monthly plan. And I'm excited to start using this more. This is going to become my main driver as an agent, right? Just going through this process and experimenting with this and what can be done and what I can create. The thoughtfulness of the thought process. I mean, I'm using my own money, paying full price for this tool, and plan to continue doing so because I think it's great. It's great. But you'll get it at a discount. You'll get it at a lower price than I paid. I don't have my referral link yet. That's fine. That's great. No problem. All right. We've got our airport check-in podcast with two female voices, Victoria and Savannah. Victoria is a corporate travel consultant. Savannah is a flight attendant with a warm Southern accent. I said two different styles, both female voices. So that should be something like, "Hi, everybody. Hey there, y'all." I'm reading this. "Hey there, y'all. I'm Savannah." Something like that. Flight attendants often talk like this. They're very friendly. "Would you like some more peanuts?" All right, here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Travel Talk podcast. I'm Victoria, a corporate travel consultant with over 15 years of experience helping business executives navigate airports worldwide.
Well, hey there, y'all. I'm Savannah, and I've been a flight attendant for Delta Airlines for nearly 12 years now. I've got all sorts of stories and tips to share about making your airport experience as smooth as honey.
Today, we're
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're not going to listen to the whole thing, but conversation about the airport and some Southern words. Darlin', sweet as pie, quick as a wink, from Savannah. Okay, so that's great. And again, we could go back and forth. I could say, "Hey, like it, but more of this, more of that." But in general, I feel like the first results tend to be very high quality. And that sounds very, very realistic to me. Now, what else can we do? We've used, okay, what's this? Oh, recurring tasks. Create once, run tasks weekly, daily in a loop. Smarter and easier. No more forgetting. That's interesting. I haven't checked that one out yet. But if that works better, then I don't know if you've seen my video, but I've done a video on tasks with both ChatGPT and Grok. They always hallucinate. This is crazy. I had one with Grok where it was a scheduled thing, and it did it once or twice or 3 times correctly, and then it just started hallucinating like crazy. One time, I got a link in my digest that was supposed to be English Learning Digest. It was a link to a not safe for work post. Even though it said this is an English learning link from Reddit English Learning, which is what the prompt said. The link brought me to a not safe for work subreddit. What? So I didn't plan on talking about this, but I might have to try that one out. Wow. Everything in one place. The benefit of this being you can create a digest, English Learning Digest, that arrives in your email once a week, 2 times a week, or local events around you. I maybe will get local events happening this week, so I know what to check out. That's pretty cool. I want to feed 2 birds with one scone. I'm going to choose my AI developer, And I'm going to ask it to use a resource that I have already uploaded, which is a PDF, Learn English with AI, which has a bunch of prompts for, and you're welcome to check it out. Should be in the links in the description. It's a PDF you can download. It costs, to get the whole thing, it costs $19.99. But if you get the 90-day program, it's included in the 90-day program for free. It's a bunch of prompts for English learning. Very, very useful. So I wonder if I can extract something from that PDF and build something with it. So create a simple web page with, and then tag. This is so cool. Learn English with AI that generates, this may be a little too much, but we're just going to try it. We're going to go crazy. That generates prompt variations for the IELTS prep. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Prompts from the PDF. It's not very clear. I don't even know what's going to happen here, but what I want, right? I want to take the IELTS prompts and I want to make there's a specific prompt in that, but I want to make variations. I want to be able to maybe, I don't know, click on something and make a variation so that I don't need to come up with ideas for maybe a new topic each time, right? Or I don't know, something like that is what I want. A little tool, basically. I could say web page tool. Can I say that? Tool. Yeah, let's use a web page tool. I don't know what's going to happen. So this should be pulling specifically from my source, my PDF. And again, you're welcome to check that out if you want. Where can I do the scheduled tasks? All right, here we go. I'm going to try this, and I'm going to use my same prompt from Grok that sent me the naughty stuff. But it wasn't because of the prompt. It was just because Grok is, I don't know, hallucinated it. Very weird. Very weird. I'm not joking about that. Basically, it's giving me a TED Talk and some articles and from specific places, Perplexity and Atlas Obscura. What do I want it as? Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. English Learning Digest. Let's do a document. Yeah, let's do a document. And scheduled task will no longer be executed after being turned off. Okay, so yeah, I gotta have it on, obviously. And let's do daily. And I'm choosing the time here. So let's do in 1 minute and see what happens. There we go. There we go. See what happens. We should get links that work. The biggest problem is the links don't work. The links don't work. They don't work. All right. Where's my my ongoing task? It says it's done. What's done though? Oh, the live URL. IELTS prompt generator tool. Okay. So this is what it built. Crazy. What the heck is it? This looks good. Okay, it's got all the prompt types. Let's do speaking task. Difficulty level. Didn't ask for that. Okay, cool. All categories is fine. Generate random prompt. Generate your first prompt. Okay, talk about a job you would like to have in the future. You should mention what the job involves, what qualifications you would need, what challenges you might face, and explain why the career appeals to you. Maybe if I were doing a revision, I would have that be bullet points, but it's definitely readable. Generate another, generate another, generate another, generate another, generate another, generate another. Very cool. Talk about the ideal work environment for you. You should mention what it should look like, what facilities it should have, what kind of atmosphere you prefer, and explain why this environment would help you be productive. This actually works. Holy crap. So it took one tiny little section from my PDF about Learn English with AI that you can check out if you want. And it built a tool that generates variations of that one little prompt. That is cool. All right. Did it go? So it's kind of going above and beyond here. The digest is done. What I want to see is, do the links work? Do the links work? Here we go. I'm clicking on the digest. Click. Oh, there we go. opening the digest. Here it is. It looks incredible. I mean, the formatting is great. Reflections. It makes me wonder, how did factory owners view the lectors? I don't know what lectors are because I haven't read any of the content. Okay, moment of truth. This actually looks like something that you'd get. Maybe I should use this to create a digest to send out to everybody else. Obviously, check it to make sure there's not safe for work content like Grok sent or just broken links. Okay, this week's grammar question comes from Reddit English Learning, as it should, tackling the formal rules of reported speech. Okay? Yes, that's good. Moment of truth. We click on the link. Hey, I have a question. And is the question about reported speech? If the reported speech happened today, yes, it is. It is. Okay, now we go down to the TED Talk. The power of journalism. This is what a digital coup looks like. Speaker, Carol, Cadwell? I don't know how to say that. Core idea. The challenges of holding tech giants and powerful individuals accountable. Key points. Great. Does it work? It works. It works. It works. It works. It works. It works. Is this the correct? Yeah, that's the correct talk. Does this one work? Articles. How cigar factory readers shaped Cuban political movements. It works. It works. It works. Then another article. Astronomers trace brightest radio burst and ancient explosion. Oh yes, this is from Perplexity. I said Perplexity should be one of the sources. Oh my goodness, it works. So Skywork is all around a fantastic, I'm not going to say tool, agent for productivity, getting stuff done. When it comes to English learning, an amazing, not tool, agent who understands what you're trying to accomplish, who can help you execute on that vision, whether it's materials that you need, different ways of seeing things, building resources, understanding your own resources, doing research, repurposing content, creating content, but not just that. Not just that. This back and forth process, actually I want to say relationship, this mutual relationship where you have a partner to help you accomplish your goals. And there are so many things that came out in doing this video that I wasn't expecting. I mean, I had made some really cool podcast episodes and I had built a few documents and I thought, this is really cool. I would really like to work with the team. So we talked and we decided, hey, let's do a video. But just in this video, the generating like the checklist of things and giving you a chance to give feedback, but also continuing if you don't, that is a huge quality of life improvement, right? An intelligence quality of life improvement. The quality of the output, very natural. I mean, everything, very natural. All the links work. The conversations are natural. The podcasts actually follow my instructions and actually are doing what I want and are actually useful for me and actually use my sources and actually do real research, right? From that standpoint, incredible quality, right, makes Notebook LM look primitive. I really think Notebook LM looks, compared to this, primitive because it's got those elements of uploading your own stuff and creating a podcast, but it's so much more actually useful, not generic and not cheap and like a toy, but actually very useful. Combining that with research, with something intangible in the middle, this back and forth thing, I don't know how to say it exactly, that is what makes it magical. And the icing on the cake is the scheduled tasks and the digest that actually works and the links actually work. I know I shouldn't be too excited about that, but I've struggled with that so much. So I can honestly recommend Skywork. I'm a regular paying user of Skywork, and I'm excited about all the things I'm going to be able to do with Skywork and feel a sense of relief about all of the things I won't have to deal with using other agents and other tools that I've been grappling with. This is awesome. You can check out my exclusive link in the description. If you do that, you can get 10% off the monthly plans and 34% off the yearly plans, which I think is a pretty great deal. So check it out. Link in the description. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Skywork, and I will see you in the next one.